Hello everybody, Assassinator back with another Xbox Catchup video. Now this week started off really slow, but we had anticipated that the ABK deal would close on Friday because Tom Warren did say it, and Tom Warren is usually correct. And in this case, he was correct again, because Xbox finally acquired ABK. Now Microsoft has been battling against PlayStation, the CMA, and the FTC, along with other regulators, but those were the ones that were kind of the roadblock for about 20 months. Well, for the most part, it is finally over. Now overall it was a crazy ride, but we did get some gaming industry leaks, which gave us gamers a lot more insight on what's to come and some of the business strategies. Stuff that we were never meant to see. But for me, I found it very informative, even if that's still not the plan. Now the FTC is still doing something stupid in the background, but I stopped following as it's just a circus at this point. But the big news was that the CMA approved the acquisition. Now Xbox can start the process of adding ABK games into Game Pass, which I'm sure is the main thing that Xbox players care about. So let me know in the comments below, which game are you hoping they bring to Game Pass first? For me, I hope it's the Transformers War and Fall of Cybertron, but I highly doubt that will be the case because they need to renew the license in order to do that, and that's probably going to take some time. So the other games are the prototype games, Part 1 and Part 2. Hopefully those go into Game Pass sooner than later. Also, now that Microsoft and Xbox own ABK, what IP do you hope they remake or make a new game in the series for? I mean, they have Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Hexen, Pitfall, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Warcraft, Starcraft, Skylanders, Prototype, and so many more. I mean, it came out earlier this week that the CEO of ABK, Bobby Kotick, hinted that Guitar Hero might make a return. So what do you think about that? Let me know in the comments below. So I hope if they revive it, Xbox actually looks back at what made the games good back in the day, which made them big sellers, and evolves on that. Don't just change for no reason, because that will be when you end up losing a lot of the people who like the original ones and would be buying the new one. Now speaking of Bobby Kotick, Phil Spencer has asked him to stay on as CEO of ABK through the end of 2023, but he'll be underneath Phil Spencer. Now I'd say this is just common practice until Xbox and Phil Spencer could appoint someone as the new CEO of ABK. Now one thing is for sure, if they make a new Killer Instinct game or expand the roster of the current one, they'll have a lot more cool guest characters. Now moving on to the next story, Microsoft's earning call for fiscal year 2024 quarter 1 will be on October 24th, covering July 1st through September 30th. So this should include Starfield, so you might hear some numbers there. I know Xbox doesn't typically talk about numbers, but this might be one of those cases where they do, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be some massive numbers. They might even give us an update on Game Pass. But again, we'll have to wait and see. I'll be bringing those numbers to you in a future Xbox catch-up video. Next up, Dead Island 2 is getting their very first story expansion. The name of the expansion is Hoss, and it's releasing on November 2nd, so not too much longer, less than a month, you'll be able to play that expansion. Now overall, a lot of people enjoyed Dead Island 2. I have not gotten a chance to play it. I actually have it on my wish list. I'm just waiting for it to go on sale at this point. And maybe by the time the DLC comes out, I'll be able to pick up the game and the DLC for less than the game retailed for. You know, I'm always looking for a bargain. Now the last but not least, but sort of still the least, because I don't like what this developer did. Because I'm talking about Lords of the Fallen. It did release today. It has a Metacritic score on the PS5 of a 73 and on the PC a 76. We still don't have any review scores for the Xbox Series. Now based off of the reviews, I hear that the game is okay, but it has performance issues on the console. I mean, it's to the point that the developer came out saying that other platforms would be able to enjoy the game as intended, and the Xbox version will get patched in the coming days. Just to get parity with the PlayStation, which it's not running good on. Why would they release the game knowing that it's not running good? It's like developers just don't learn a lesson, because to me, I'm now going to steer clear of this game. I mean, from the trailer, it looks like a great game and I was actually hyped to play it, but hearing this, nah, I'm not even messing with it. And I would suggest on the Xbox Series, don't buy it right now. Hold off until they actually fix it. There's so many other great games out there, you might as well invest your time in those. I mean, it is a dark fantasy action RPG, and I know there's a lot of people who love those type of games, but again, if it's not going to give you a great experience, don't waste your money on it. But again, you do you. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you found it informative, but until next time, Assassinator out.